Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow is a deeply emotional, yet inspiring story that deals with some really tough topics, like trauma, self-harm, and finding strength after a rough past. The main character, Charlotte Charlie Davis, is a 17-year-old girl who has been through more than most people could imagine. She has dealt with emotional and physical abuse, loss, and feelings of abandonment. Charlie's story is one of pain, but also one of hope and the power of survival. When we meet Charlie, she's in a dark place, both emotionally and physically. She has a lot of scars, both from her past and from her own attempts to cope with it. But after a series of terrible events, Charlie manages to escape her broken life and starts over in Tucson, Arizona. There, she finds a job at a pottery studio and begins to rebuild herself, even though the road to recovery is anything but easy. One of the things that makes this book stand out is how real and raw it feels. Charlie's inner struggles are written with such honesty that it's impossible not to feel what she's feeling. Whether it's her struggles with her own worth or her constant fight to trust the people around her, everything Charlie goes through is relatable and deeply moving. The author does a great job of showing how trauma doesn't just go away, it stays with you, affecting how you see yourself and the world. But it also shows that while healing is slow and painful, it's still possible. A key theme in this novel is that recovery doesn't happen overnight. Charlie's journey is filled with setbacks and moments where she feels like she's not making any progress. She's trying to find a way to move on from the past and live in the present, but it's not easy, and there are plenty of moments where she feels completely stuck. This is a big part of what makes the book so powerful. Unlike many stories where the main character gets better quickly or everything wraps up in a nice, neat way, Girl in Pieces is realistic about the struggles of overcoming trauma. It shows that healing is a messy, complicated process that takes time. The relationships Charlie builds with the people around her are also an important part of her story. At first, Charlie is very closed off, unwilling to let anyone in. But over time, she learns to trust the people who genuinely care about her. Mikey, a guy she works with at the pottery studio, is one of the first people she opens up to. As they become friends, and eventually more, Mikey helps Charlie see that not everyone is going to hurt her. Their relationship is comforting and gives Charlie something to hold on to, especially when things feel too overwhelming. However, at times, their relationship feels a little predictable, almost too perfect compared to the messy reality of Charlie's life. While Mikey's role in Charlie's healing is clear and important, I wish there had been more depth to their relationship and maybe some more tension to make it feel less idealized. Other characters, like Zane, a mentor at the pottery studio, also help Charlie on her path to healing. Zane is a wise, caring figure who offers Charlie support and guidance. But just like Mikey, Zane's character could have been explored a bit more. There's not much detail about his past or why he's so invested in helping Charlie. His role feels somewhat like a mentor archetype, and while that's not necessarily a bad thing, I think his character could have added more to the story if he had been fleshed out a little more. Another thing worth noting is that the pacing of the book can feel slow at times. The plot doesn't move forward quickly, especially in the middle of the story, where the focus is mostly on Charlie's internal struggles. This isn't a fast-paced, action-driven story, and it might not appeal to readers who prefer more plot-driven narratives. However, if you're someone who enjoys getting deep into a character's emotions and seeing their growth over time, this slower pace might actually be a strength. The story takes its time to show Charlie's struggles and progress, which makes her eventual growth feel more earned. What makes Girl in Pieces so impactful is how it doesn't shy away from difficult topics. It's not a feel-good story with easy answers. Instead, it's a raw portrayal of life's challenges and how even when everything seems broken, there's still the possibility of rebuilding. The book is a reminder that trauma isn't something you can just get over, but it also shows that recovery is possible, even if it's messy and hard. By the end of the book, you're left with a sense of hope, even though things aren't perfect for Charlie. She's still on her journey, still learning how to live with the pain of her past, but she's made progress. The book is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the importance of finding support, whether it's through friends, family, or even new opportunities. It shows that even when you feel like you're at your lowest point, you can always rebuild yourself, piece by piece. In conclusion, Girl in Pieces is a powerful and emotional book that tackles tough subjects with honesty and sensitivity. While the pacing can feel slow at times, the emotional depth of the story and the realism of Charlie's journey make it a worthwhile read. The book offers an honest, unflinching look at what it's like to recover from trauma, and it shows that healing is a process, one that doesn't have an easy or quick fix. But ultimately, it's a story of hope, resilience, and the strength it takes to put yourself back together, no matter how broken you might feel.
Please subscribe Enchanting Audiobooks for more.